This video is sponsored by my dad. Hello and welcome. My name's Beck and you're watching Beck's Crafty Nook. I asked my dad a little while ago if he had any spare wood, and he came out from his shed with this beautiful specimen. I said that I wanted to make a little ironing pad, ironing board, and so I asked him. That was like 2 years ago, and he gave it straight to me on the day, and ever since I've been using it as this with a tea towel over it. So it's totally functional like that, but I asked him for it because I wanted to make the real deal. So let's go make a little ironing board pad for all of my quilting and sewing adventures. Okay, so here's what we're going to need. We need our fabric, our board, and we need something to make the cushioning between the fabric and the board. So I've got this fleece, but it's a little bit thin even if I doubled it up. So we actually have something else. I have this microfiber towel that we bought from Temu. This is actually a hand towel, but we don't really love the microfiber feel, but it's nice and plush, and I think it would be great for this. So we do need to check that these are big enough. So this will stretch. So then I'll cut that off here, and then check this is big enough. Now, my fabric is not big enough. I really wanted to use this. This is one of my favorite florals, but that's where the width ends, I think. Yeah, it's cut there and cut there. So that is a no-go. So I have this a backup floral, which is going to be wide enough. Look at that. So ironically, we're going to need to iron this first. So I'm going to put this towel back on and iron the fabric ready. Next, I'm going to trim off the excess on the microfiber towel. I just line up my bottom blade of the scissors up against the board, and that helps me to cut a nice straight line across. So now that's cut to size, we're going to use a glue gun to tack that down. This is all the glue I've got. I don't know what I've done with all the attachments. So yep, let's pray we can get it done with this little bit of glue. Okay, a filming disaster just occurred. It filmed like 2 seconds and then it shut off. So what I did was, we'll have to do a reenactment. And this is all the glue I have left and it won't come out. So I just did like a swirl here, and I put that down, and then I did a thin line and stretched this all over, swirl on the corner, thin line again. You can see it didn't quite stick down. This is okay, another swirl there, thin line. So it all stretched out perfectly. So that is ready to go. Now we need to flip it upside down and cut the fabric big enough to wrap around. So I'm just going to lay the board on top of the fabric, making sure I have a good inch of fabric all the way around, and then just roughly cut that to size. You're not going to see this cut once it's all put together. Next, I'm going to iron, and I'm finding this microfiber towel is really, really good. So pat on the back, it was a good choice. It just irons the creases out really nicely. Let's put it back on. Because there's no hot glue left, I did find this Gorilla Glue wood glue. So we're going to give that a go, and spoiler alert, it went really well. It actually soaked into the fabric just enough, but it wasn't wetting the fabric all the way to the other side. So yeah, this actually went really well. It had this special tip on it, but the tip wasn't working. So I just got a really old paintbrush that I didn't care about, and I put it on with the paintbrush. I thought I needed to put some weights on it, but turns out it stuck pretty well just by itself. So I ended up taking those weights off. I just worked my way around very carefully, putting the glue on and folding up the sides, keeping them taut but not too tight. Otherwise the corners might move, because even though they're glued down, the glue's still wet. As you can see, I could press it down with the palm of my hand and not get glue all over myself. Then I just went round and put a little bit of glue underneath all the loose parts. Now, I wanted to put felt on the back, but my felt pieces weren't big enough. And then I had these adhesive foam pieces, also not big enough, but what I did was I cut them down into 4" by 4" squares. So I did want to just extra make sure it was going to stick down, even though they were self-adhesive, and I put a boatload of Gorilla Glue on. I was just trying to use materials that I already have, but I think this is going to be a happy accident to keep the bottom of the board non-slip. When I got to the bottom, I needed to take a measurement because it wasn't quite 4 inches, it was 3 inches. So I cut the pieces 3 by 4 inches to finish off the bottom of the board, and you can't tell that it's not exactly the same. Maybe you can, but no, we can't, okay? And with the last piece placed down, that is our board completely finished. I just need to set it aside now to give that tacky glue time to dry. But let's have a quick sneak peek. I think it's going to be amazing. The ironing mat is all dry now, and I'm honestly so happy with how this project turned out. Huge thanks to my dad for the piece of wood. It only took me 2 years to finally turn it into something, but it turns out it was absolutely worth the wait. This was a really simple project, but it's going to make such a big difference to my sewing. Now I've got a proper sturdy, beautiful ironing mat that actually works for how I sew, instead of a tea towel on the bench. Sometimes the best projects are the ones you already have everything for. You just have to finally make them. And I think my dad would approve of this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And check out these other videos.